Good morning, you guys. It is a great day. It's the end of the day. It's a little bit overcast. I'm gonna walk in here, it's gonna get dark. And I am so excited. I have a couple plants that I cannot wait to show you guys. You've already seen one of them before. The other one is this one right here. Look at how windy it is. You guys can't even tell, but it's windy right now. Things are moving on the property. There's air movement. It feels like fall has finally come, and I'm so excited. So we have a couple things that we're gonna go do really quick today. I have one hand, so I'm trying to carry everything with one hand. Let me go over these two plants that I cannot wait to share with you guys, and we're gonna get them planted today, and I'm so excited. It feels like the perfect time for us to be planting here in California. It's the end of the day, it's cooled down, and it just feels like I can breathe in the garden again. So we're gonna go over them. First one here, we're gonna go put in the veggie garden. It is a lime tree, and it's got this crazy branch right here. My grandmother got me this springtime, very early springtime, and I didn't plant it. I wasn't sure where I was gonna put it. I already have a lemon tree on the property. We don't have a lime. She got us this one. It is a Bear's lime, and I know very little about citrus, but I'm really excited about it. And the other one is the Flavorette Rose. Look how much growth this thing has put on in such a little amount of time. It's doing so well. This is the Flavorette Honey Apricot from Proven Winners. It's new for next year, and they sent it out for me to try in the garden. And fall planting for roses is like the best time to plant roses, so this is perfect. I think I have a good spot for this one, but we'll see. I'm gonna get the lime planted first, and then we will go from there and make sure that that's the spot that I have in my mind to plant this is the spot that I actually want to plant it. So let me show you guys where the lime is gonna go. We'll go over planting instructions for the lime and everything, and then we'll come back to this beauty. Okay, so we are gonna go in the veggie garden because you guys now know that is my favorite place to be. I have this little terracotta pot. It's not very large, but it is bigger than this plastic pot. So it's gonna be good until probably honestly, by the time summer hits, I will need to pot this guy up again, but we're just gonna pop it in there and call it good. I've got some drip tubing already ran to it. It's a citrus tree, so it's gonna be a little bit thirsty. So these are 1 gallon per hour emitters. I'll have 2 of them. The irrigation here goes off, I think, for 15 minutes a day. And so these should get a total of half a gallon, if I'm doing my math right. So this will get half a gallon, which is way more than this pot should even need, especially in the fall time. Hello, ladies. We're gonna get this potted up though. I have my tub of potting soil, my irrigation box, and my citrus tone that I absolutely love. And I think for now, I'm gonna tuck it in this corner over here, just for the time being, until I find somewhere more permanent for it to go. I just tap into our black poly irrigation that we have right there. So I'm gonna pot it up over here where I have way more room, and then we will get moving along. Also, look, I have garlic already growing. This is such a good sign. It's been just days and it's all popping up. This is all the hard neck. That's all coming up. None of the soft neck is up yet. So that's really interesting. I wonder if I can see any activity at all. Huh. Interesting. I don't even see anything. Oh, look. Okay, I wouldn't advise to do this, but I want to show you guys. Look at, so it is coming to life. Look at the root growth. Look at the worm. And it is starting to push out up top. So we're doing big things. This is so exciting. Garlic is coming to life. This is obviously a very food-driven day in the garden. We're gonna just pop that back down in there. It smells so good. And we'll just go ahead and cover you back up. Okay, back to what we were doing. Lime tree. Let's get this planted. We're gonna go in and use a good amount of the citrus tone. Anytime you plant anything, doesn't matter time of year. This is the tree that we got. My grandmother bought me this. It was $34 for a lime tree. And like I said, I don't know much about it. They do get quite big, 10 feet tall and 10 to 20 feet tall and wide. Absolutely massive. So it's not going to be long for the world in the terracotta pot. I don't have space long term for this tree, but I should easily be able to get quite a few years. Eventually I'll upgrade it to a larger container, like something like that. And I should continue to get years out of this before it needs to go to a forever home in the ground. Fertilize spring, summer, and fall. And it is hardy. It's not hardy down past 32 degrees. I think that that is zones 10. So we are zone 9A, but my next door neighbors, the ones that live over here, they have a massive lime tree, a massive lemon tree, and a massive orange tree. So I know that they do really great in this area. So I feel very confident planting this here in zone 9A. California is kind of a weird place. We can grow a lot of things, even though hardy zones say that we can't. So we're gonna get this guy potted up now. Look at this chicken. She's standing on the feed box. She does this. Look at, that's where their feed is at. Look at her. What are you doing, ma'am? Hello. Oh gosh. Also, update, Brent painted the chicken wire black so you can see in the coop and in the run a lot better now. Okay, let's get back to this for the next time. Okay, so we got this all planted up. I think it'll be happy here until springtime. It's gonna get a bit of shade right now, which citrus doesn't really love shade. So it's gonna get shade from the Kilmarnock willow that we have right here. That's okay, it will be fine. But here it is. I like it, I'm happy with it. Happy to get a little terracotta color in here. I think that that always just adds like a element of like whimsy. It's a little bit dirty, but that's okay. That's all right. It's the garden. So that's there. Got that planted. We went over everything. Definitely want to fertilize, even though it's the end of the season. That'll help it develop better root system. So we got that done. Let's move on to the next project. Okay, well, I came over to the, I just backed into the gate. I came over to the side yard here to see about planting it over here. And I just feel like that might be a really dumb idea for the time being, because I want to, this fall, winter time, do the pathway in this area. And so it's gonna do some like shuffling of some plants, and I already need to take a rose out of here. I don't know why I planted this here. It was such a dumb decision. It is right next to the irrigation and right in front of the outdoor outlet that we have right there. And this thing has some wicked rose. So we already have a rose here. I want to transplant it. But okay, this is where like long stem roses come from. Well, one form of them. This is one stem. It's called Abe Lincoln, and it goes from here all the way up to this beautiful, beautiful rose. Look at that. I've never seen it with a striping of yellow before, so that's new. But is that not such a pretty rose? Abe Lincoln, if you want long stem cutting roses. And it smells so divine. You can't really smell them because they're so high up in the air. There's another one there. Let me show you guys what the buds look like. But you can see how thick these stems are. Look at how sweet that is. And this thing is shooting out another stem right there. And this thing will continue to grow and be a very long stem, just like this one. This stem comes from all the way down here. And this is where I had cut a long stem. So cut it here and it shot up this incredibly long, beautiful stem. And same thing here, there's a bud forming there, a bud forming there. So it's a really cool performer, but you get like one flower per stem. So you get very few flowers, but amazing long stems. So I'm gonna cut it out. I need to pull this one out, so I just think it would be stupid to plant another rose in this bed with wanting to do a rework and that. But let's go over here. I'm thinking the other place I might want to plant it. Is it dinner time? I need to feed them. Well, Brett needs to feed them. The other place I'm thinking is here. But I think it might be weird because they have the silver lining rose right there that I love. But I was thinking like right here, because this area gets blasted with full sun. And if I got a rose that grew nice and tall, I'm trying to figure out what I can plant here to like fill that in. That can be under the like tree that's here, but still receive full sun. It's a weird, tricky spot, but I think if I could, I think I'm gonna plant it here and have it fill this area out, because this rose I keep very tightly compact. This is the silver lining, and I just cut it back not that long ago, and it's got all this wonderful new growth on it. I think I'm gonna take this out right here, or this out. I am gonna plant it right here. This is where it's gonna go. I think I've talked myself into it. Here we go. So the next one that we have, I am so excited about. It's new for next year, but you're able to purchase it online right now. I will link it down below. And this is the Flavorette Honey Apricot Rose. Proven Winners sent me this rose not even that long ago. You can see it was facing the sun this way, and this was not getting the sun. But look how much growth this thing has put on in such a short period of time. And oh, I'm so excited about this. This is what it looks like. Is that not so pretty? I told you guys a while ago I was trying to add more oranges and just like this buttery orange color. I'm trying to add more oranges into the garden. I'm really good about adding pinks. I have no problem adding a ton of pink to the garden. When it comes to orange, I have very little. So this one, I'm gonna read this because I cannot remember this. So 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, USDA zones 4 through 8, well draining soil, full sun, 6 hours at minimum. More is better. The more sun you get, the better roses are going to perform, and that's just true for anything. And it says Flavorette Honey Apricot Rose was developed specifically for the sweet, fruity taste and lush texture of its petals. Use them in sweets, salads, and infusions for uniquely flavorful touches to summer meals and treats. Does that not just sound so amazing? Look at it, it's on a cake right there. Oh, I cannot wait to grow this one. It'd be so weird to eat rose. And the fact that they bred this one for also the texture of the petals is amazing, because I'm like kind of a texture person. And so if it's got like a gross texture to it or a weird texture to it, I won't eat it. So it's been bred for the texture. So we're gonna get this guy planted. I'm so excited. And I am gonna fertilize too. I'm gonna use rose tone on this one. I try to use all the specific tones by Espoma if I can per plant that request it or requires it. If I don't have it, I will just use plant tone or biotone. They pretty much do the exact same thing. This one is special formulated for roses. Don't ask me why. I haven't read into it. They told me rose tone, so I said, okay, I will do that. So let's go dig a hole and get this planted. So let me show you guys where I think it's gonna go. I'm not 100% certain. I might have already talked myself out of it. How pretty. We got it in. The name tag that they ended up sending me, they don't do that with every order, but because I'm trialing this out, they sent me the name tag for it, which is really nice, so I always remember it. It is so pretty there. I cannot wait for it to, like, 5 feet. It should hit right about there, and it should be a nice, like, perfect shrub right there to fill that in. That'll be such a pretty color. I'll have that orangey rose and that like purpley lavender rose, the espalier. It's just This bed is coming together, and I didn't remove the verbena whiteout right here. I'm gonna leave it, see what happens. If it takes over the ground, great. If I overwinter it, great. If it doesn't overwinter, whatever, it'll die back later on. I cannot remember what this is, but I bought it, and I remember that it stays compact. It stays small. I had 3 of them. That one lived. There was one back here that died, and this one died. So, who knows if I'm gonna even let that stay in the garden, because that's not great success rates. What I am gonna do though, because I know that there is the alder tree here, and there are roots here, and because right behind there's a pine tree, absolutely massive, and I know that both of these trees are sucking up water quite ridiculously from this flower bed. So what I am going to do is I'm going to tap in an extra probably couple emitters into this brown poly that we have right here, and I'm going to just run a couple extra emitters to the base of this rose just to make sure that it's getting its own extra water. I do have 3 lines in here, but the ground is still pretty dry, so I'm gonna do that really quick. All right, you guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I'm running out of daylight. I'm gonna do the drip off camera. You guys don't need to see me do that. I'm just gonna pop a couple emitters in there really quick. That is gonna be it for this video. I'm so happy to have the rose in the ground. I've been wanting to plant it. I just wasn't 100% set on where I was gonna get it to go. And I'm really happy to have that lime planted. I've had that thing since spring. I just didn't know what I was doing, and everything else that was going on in the property with the flower field, which, can you even tell? Can you even tell anymore? Not really. That just required so much attention that so much of the garden got neglected. So I'm happy that a lot of this is done. I'm happy that a lot of this is in the ground. Things just feel like I'm making progress this fall, which is so nice. So that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.